Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Grigsby's War in the East. We continue the war against Co-Chopper. Did take care of the majority of Army Group North last time. Let's do South next, just because I kind of feel like it. Still gonna do that heavy attack. Don't want to lose that much more Romanians. If we're looking at Romania, what is his manpower? I have 35k in a pool. I should be having enough, but doesn't mean that I should throw it away. Like here, of course. Jesus. Unfucking believable. Oh, man. 4-1, come on. Thank you. What the heck, man? It's just unbelievable. Great. Getting kind of salty about this. Okay, well... maybe they really are only suited for defensive operations. They look nice on paper, but okay. Well, you certainly need to rest, I guess. But the same could be said for these. Like, they're at 85 already. I should probably create a core where only rested units go. It's probably a good idea. I mean, 5th is my best core, but technically, so let's just use the 5th for units that need to rest. Okay. It's 103 tanks down. Let's skim off the sides to see if there are any enemy units. There are. And let's do the same up here. There are. Over there as well. Interesting. It's pretty tricky. 0.3. It's a 10-to-1 odds. Come on. Twenty-ninth Corps. Let's put you back to 29th. And if I get them together, I'm sure that the 1st Panzer Group will not be overburdened. Yeah, okay. There we go. Go. I would assume this entire area is now empty. Let's continue. I don't mind using the Romanians here for this. That should be fine. let's see if I can take Performaisk. No, so the unit is right in there. Another 80 tanks down too. Let's just take all of that. Okay, there is also a unit in here. There we go. And there we go. It's baby's crying. Okay, next. Taking those, moving in here. Let's go and take a look either way at Odessa 2. 11. That's actually worth... trying to get over a soft attack. $31 to $11. Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. $2,000. That's not even an 11. It's probably just going to go to 1 here. 10. Okay, well. Okay. And that I guess saves me a bunch of time. Means I also don't need to worry about the naval interdiction. What does he have? A rifle division, rifle corps, and KVD border guard detachment. I guess then I'm just more or less looking for a new encirclement of some kind. He also has a unit in here, I think. Oh, we'll see. No? Okay. Still going around this area is seemingly easier. I think these definitely need to rest too. Thing is, I'd rather encircle this mechanized and I guess just keep 9th Panzer on this. It's not a particularly great encirclement or anything. Well, what I can do to that end is my opponent can't really attack from that other side. So if I just use this, they would have a hard time getting through there either way. And then whatever I need to put there isn't going to be all that big. Also, depending on how well defended Nikolaev is here. Not so much. I can actually work with a soft attack here, I think. They're actually overburdened at this point too. I can kind of see why. Let's make sure that's no longer the case. This would be a 15 to 5. Okay, so for now that's all I can get. Let's not forget to take these off. And attack. Yeah. I'll probably route. Okay. I will have only the tank division. And I'm sure you'll have units here. At least a unit. Let's do that. Alright, let's use these. I don't know where my opponent has his troops. He must have retreated quite a lot. So I'm actually very curious as to where his troops are. Okay, fair enough. They're out there. As for this core, one, two, three, four, five. I actually want to move these units further as well. Not necessarily looking to move up and too far with these guys. I'll just use infantry here. I actually want 2nd Panzer already to move further up together with 6th Army over on that side. Actually not that interested in getting more armor to move into this section. I don't want to say take it easy. But it is rather what I mean. I do want to take Krefoy Rock this turn though, because of its industry and stuff. Okay. I guess I won't then. Also because I'm not that interested in doing heavy attacks or something along those lines. This will just route. Yeah. So then the only problem with it is that I would need to cross the river. Let's just see how it goes. Don't like it, but I kinda have to do it that way. Alright, these guys will not escape. I've taken too much territory, and even if they do walk out, they're going to be able to walk here or here. They'll probably have too little MP. I don't really see him having anything else there either, so... there's no reason for me to move Viking any further at this point. The only thing I could check for, but it doesn't work indeed, is taking Kremenchuk, which I can't. So I'll actually move back, which makes more exhaustion, but decreases the chance of it getting encircled. Yeah. Okay. I guess that would be it for these guys. That also means that I can clear out these on the next turn. I don't have to worry about my naval interdiction in this area, and that means I can focus on naval interdiction somewhere else. Not sure where yet. Certainly need to have a depot at Tiraspol as well. Also, given that I will be resting some units. Well, basically as for the 11th Army, they can then move up towards Crimea here. And down to this area. I'll be looking to cross the Dnieper down here on turn 6 if I can. He currently has 1 unit. Mechanized is not that powerful. So I'm certainly only using administrative movement here, still, to keep their combat prep points somewhat available. I might actually also use some rest in the upcoming turns. We'll see. Both of these, I wanted them to rest. I'll do that in Kishinev. They can be on refit too. it's interesting because now they don't need to be on this train anymore necessarily. They'll be delayed by a turn. I will think about where I want to put them actually, because it is indeed no longer so sure that I want to put them on their 11th Army. Although, yeah, Army Group South, I thought I did quite a bit of reorganization that would have Army Group South be less overburdened. But I guess I was wrong. Either which way, I will be moving 17th Army HQ, certainly. And you're at 100, so I'm certainly not on refit for you. Damn, 101. Let's get the Hungarian border guard. You can stay on already. It's really not. Let's put you on refit though. Some of them are quite exhausted, so. I'll just have these guys recover here till they're back at close to 100. At least. They'll stay in the rear. There's no reason to move them forward too much. Let's use Slovakians to clear out this area. Then they can move maybe in there. Maybe. Huh. They actually have a unit here. Nice. Another 302 tanks. That's actually quite worth it. If we look at the amount of tanks my opponent has, 4,429. Of course, he still has 8,786 in reserve, but 1, 2, 3, 4. I can put it here. It's fine. It's a weird, real-looking thing here. It looks broken, like that. 87, 47, 51, and 23. The entire mountain Romanian corps seems to be fine, just resting for quite a while around here. After all those battles, I prefer getting them at least to like 80 or whatever before moving again. One thing that's very likely as well is that they'll have to move and then they have to recover again. But there's no use getting them up because the supplies don't support them yet anyway. So might just as well leave them here. Do I even need to put them on a refit? Yes, I do. If I can just pump more units into them now, get them already up to full strength while they're here, that just means that it will be all the better for me later on. And I already have quite a few Romanian units moving forward yet anyhow, so. There is that. Let's move you into Tiraspol. 14th motorized. You guys can go on the 14th motorized. There we go. And that means still have a few fortress Romanian infantry brigades. Now, I'm gonna pretend like I need to fortify my ports. So I'll be putting one fortress Romanian infantry brigade in Nikolaev, one in Kherson. I'll put something at Ochakov at least, and something at Odessa. At least use just one Romanian fortress brigade for Romania or for Odessa. So one of them will go here. The other one will move up. And I'll also move up the front Romanian infantry. If he has mechanized, he might actually move up with that stuff, and I don't want my HQs to be displaced. Nor would I want my opponent to move through all of this. Well, there's technically space here, but there is zone of control there. Let's just move you here to make sure that the zone of control of this area is okay. Moving in here is no use, but I'm also not moving them out or anything. They can technically move up like this. Which is slightly unfortunate. I mean, I can... Yeah, let's do that. And then if I move the front Romanian here, they are exerting a zone of control over this hex too. So that will make it more difficult for these guys to move up. Are they special TOE? No. They're not. Alright. I will do reorganization later, but this looks fine. Okay. Now, if I can get a 6th Army infantry unit in Cherkasy, I will put them there. Okay. They can move and cross the river. And there's the 56th, 7th. So basically the way I'm gonna try and handle this is getting 6th Army across the river too. And what kind of depot is that? Oh, this? My opponent already has a unit there. Which I also find interesting. If my opponent wants to try and move further down south, I do have these. I will, at the very least, try to hold it. If he's gonna try and break out through down there, I'm not gonna let him. Or if he wants to go and be naughty. So let's just do this. And then out of the 62nd, I'll have one part here. Since these are moving up either way. One part Zhytomyr. And I will put one part here. I don't think that whatever unit is here is gonna do a whole lot, and I do have the security unit. I could technically always send, you know, if it becomes really necessary, I can send these. Like, if they're gonna try and go down and be frisky, they're far enough from the rail line that I'm not too worried. But I do have the Hungarians in reserve here, just in case. So I'm not too worried there, but I do think it's good to keep at least one corps here. And then I'll move 6th Army HQ to Vilayet Serkov. Okay. Now, this is also a bit dangerous, so seems like my opponent doesn't have anything here. It means I'll just do this. And I'll see about the motorized. These guys, I mean, I'm certainly just gonna go and try to move up now, so there'll be some combats here. Let's see. Didn't take either of those. Let's move 13th Panzer over in here. I know they'll have a unit in here. Maybe even here. Yeah. Okay. They cannot move in there and attack. Riled them. Given that I have this and this empty now, well, I will say that I want to move here. Okay, to be like that, huh? I will I'll actually do this, so I can also move the panzers and the motorized. I'm not really sure on how I'm gonna move that, but I'll see as it is. That's the furthest away units. Now, preferably I'm not gonna use the first panzer here, but if I need to, I will. For example, I have a pretty decent attack with 16th motorized, and I actually think I'd probably rather use, in this case, 3rd motorized for this, because I don't want to use the precious panzers. Going for a heavy attack might actually make it so that there's no combat delay. Maybe, depending on how it looks. 26-1, yeah, exactly. That's why I did the heavy attack. So if you get a score higher than 10-1, under the right conditions, you don't get a combat delay there. So that's what I was aiming for. Now the tank is also routed. Which I'm also a big fan of. Okay, my opponent is now going to try and make this pocket, I think, also as big as possible, while trying to keep it open for as long as possible. Which is fair. Right, so now I have 11th Panzer. Again, I could do a heavy attack. 8.3, it's... I'm gonna regret this, I think. Let's see, though. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna regret this. Fuck me. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well... That's okay. I don't think my opponent will have that much in the area. Anything he has, he will need to rail, and railing in units is going to be precious or difficult. Okay, let's get Das Reich. Das Reich is actually in a pretty reasonable position, but... let's route them. They didn't take a whole lot of losses. Okay, let's see. Because taking this now... it's a pretty decent position to be in. And I got a bunch more infantry across, which I'm also happy about. So moving this will take those few hexes. Yeah. Sure. Keep you out there. And let's start moving 23rd. So this area seems to be doing a bit better than others. Okay. So I'm looking to connect these parts, right? This is the only rail where he can load up units. For these to go across, it would be exceptionally difficult. I might actually not even be able to encircle them this turn, given actually I think it's worth gambling. No. Like I said, it was worth the gamble, but indeed he did see through that. Okay. That's unfortunate. I will deal with the northern pincer later, but yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I can move these guys further up now. say to a location here or here. I did actually fix up the rail up till there. And they are moderately rested now, which is good. Let's put you under LE core. And I would have to put these under LE core too. 51st. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can move to Venezia. Next up, the first Slovakian. I'll move them into Kirovograd. And then they can go and rest there. No need to send it again further up. Only using administrative movement, preferably. And that way I can get my infantry there in reasonable order. Huh. This is the entire 17th Army. Can actually no, it cannot stay there. It's a shame. Technically, it only has to move 1 hex though. I don't think this helps. It does, actually. 15, 14, 13, 13. Great. Actually, that's nice. It means they can boost the depot while they're at it. For them to be on reef, it's probably a good idea. Okay, next up, units from 1st Panzer. Yeah, sure, that's also closer to the rail and depots. Moving this to Zvenigorodka. Could move it to Kherson. Probably nicer place to have your headquarters. They're somewhat tired, but not too much. They're again overburdened, so I'll have to take care of it later. Now that I have these here, I should also be able to continue moving Second Panzer up in this direction. There's a lot of free territory, so let's take Romney. And I would have these take Konotop. The further I can push their rail line back, the harder it is for them to get additional units to, you know, prevent me from doing the encirclement. So in that sense, like, they can get units here now. That's like hundreds of kilometers, basically. Third Panzer can also go even further on this side. So he has a unit here. If I can take any hex on this side of the Desna, like this, that actually helps somewhat. I'll leave them there for the moment. Because it means basically now I can kind of run straight here instead of having to move down south, which is, you know, which my opponent probably thinks is more likely. And that's fair, so. Do I have anything else out here? I don't have any... no. Any stuff here, so basically I have to think about this one. My problem here is that I'm probably gonna take Kiev pretty late, and given that, I might actually want to go around and work on this rail line from Minsk and then further to Gomel, but that will also take quite a long time before I get it started up. And then from Gomel I have to go to Bryansk or bypass Kiev like this. I'd prefer not doing that, but like I said, then I would have to take Kiev. I could work on this rail, which is not great. It still doesn't give me any additional turn. Working on a rail line to Odessa is useless. Getting a rail line through there is nice, though. Right, let's just move you here and have them work, you know, double time that way. I can always move these guys back for a turn, which sucks, but that's that. Okay, I think right now I'm gonna leave it at this. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. Take care. See you next time. And bye-bye.